Maid Sama is an anime and manga series written by Hiro Fujiwara. It takes place in a modernish day where the main character Mizaki Ayuzawa is a hard-working class president that tries to balance her school life and work life. While she goes on with her life, the other main character, Takumi Usui, develops feelings for her and decides to spend the rest of his time protecting her and being by her side, even if she doesn't want that. I, Darius Hill, am going to be trying to turn this little animation egg into maybe a Netflix live action series, or maybe a Lifetime romance show, who knows. With this video, I hope to focus on the fallacy. Cinema's visual specification usurps its audience's imagination, meaning the changes I make in the adapted form will be thought about and the actors' voices and movements will come to your mind instead of your own when reading or viewing the original source. The first few things I would decide to do is put them in their senior year of high school and get rid of the whole maid gimmick thing. Personally, I really do not like the maid gimmick. It makes it seem very sexist even though it was written by a female. I would keep the coffee shop though, so Mizaki can be a barista or something. The setting of the adapted series will take place in New York City. I feel like that for a story will be best for this because it has this urbanish feel to it. It's not the best place and it's not the worst place. People can struggle and people can strive. The production should take up to 4 to 5 months. Costumes should be high school-esque outfits and, of course, the cafe uniform. And of course, there will be a lot of extras because I want this to feel very natural and not portray a fake life where there's not other people doing other things in there. And of course, I want the characters to interact as well, the main characters and the extras. I want them to interact in some sort of way. So in this story, I think we'll play more with Mizaki's family than the manga and anime did. The anime only briefly states that her and her sister's father left and that their mother is always so busy working night shift as a nurse and taking overtime. In my adapted version, I'd make that the main focal point of the show. Maybe show some of the backstory of how her father was maybe a horrible person and inevitably left them. After this, she develops a disdain for guys and tries to take the fatherly role in her family and gets the only job that will hire her, a cafe shop. At the same time this is going on, she gets accepted as the new class president of her school. The school she goes to was previously an all-boys school, but recently has turned co-ed. She ends up having to try and balance her roles as the class president and making the school more equal for all, having a job to support her family, and helping her family and anybody else in need out in any way possible. Takumi sees her struggling from afar and develops feelings for her. He loves how independent she is and wants to help out any way he can. But anytime he does try to help, something always goes wrong, and it drives them further apart. Takumi starts to wonder what can he do, and why? Why does fate want to keep them apart? Until, one day, something dangerous happens. A car, not seeing Mizaki in the road, didn't let the brakes on. Takumi saw this and immediately rushed to save Mizaki's life. He pushed her out the way and he got hit instead. He didn't die, but he was severely injured. Mizaki goes to visit and wonder why. Why did he do it? And that's when he confesses his love for her. And that is honestly how I would end the whole series. Once the confession happens, I feel like there isn't really much more you can do or say. It's better to leave the ending open in my opinion. Like, I want this to feel special. Like, let the imagination work its way at the end, rather than have you show how they actually end up together. Maybe they get a divorce at the end, maybe they don't, maybe they live happily ever after, who knows. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the changes. When reading a book after watching a film, cinema is known for forcing you to think of the actors or voices of the film when reading the book. This supports the fallacy. Cinema's visual specification usurps the audience's imagination. Maid Sama is a show and manga that had a lot of potential, and with the changes made to it to create an adapted and more Western version, I think this will be closer to those potentials than the actual product turned out to be. So with that being said, I'll see you guys around next time. Okay. Peace.